Hello everyone, this is Dr. Anju Singhal with the second video of lesson 4, South Asia and the Contemporary World. Till now we have done in the first video introduction, what is South Asia, democratization in South Asia. Under this topic we have covered 3 countries right till now: Pakistan, Nepal and Bangladesh. And the remaining ones, Sri Lanka, Maldives, India, Bhutan, will do now. And the last topic will be covered also, conflicts and efforts for peace. And you know very well the whole content which I am giving you is based on the latest syllabus decided by CBSE for the year 2020-21. Right? So let me start with Sri Lanka now. Do you know Sri Lanka got independence in 1948? But it faced a serious challenge from the ethnic conflict leading to the demand for succession by one of the regions. After its independence, politics in Sri Lanka, then it was called Ceylon. Sri Lanka was dominated by forces that represented the interest of the majority Sinhala community. There was majority of Sinhali, जिन्हें हम कहते हैं Sinhala communities. The Sinhala nationalists thought that Sri Lanka should not give concessions to the Tamils because Sri Lanka belongs to the Sinhala people only. What they thought? That Sri Lanka should not give concessions to the Tamils. Why? Because Sri Lanka belongs to the Sinhala's people only. The neglect of Tamil concerns led to militant Tamil nationalism. That is why, Tamil nationalism rose. From 1983 onwards, the militant organization, the Liberation Tigers of Tamil ALM, that we say in short LTTE, has been fighting an armed struggle with the army of Sri Lanka and demanding Tamil ALM for a separate country for the Tamils of Sri Lanka. The LTT controls the northeastern part of the Sri Lanka. So that is the history of Sri Lanka. That was all about. Then what happened? India intervened in Sri Lanka. The government of India has tried time to time to negotiate with the Sri Lankan government on the Tamil question. In 1987, Government of India directly involved in the matter. India signed an accord with Sri Lanka and sent troops to stabilize relations between Sri Lankan government and the Tamils. India tried its best to make a compromise between them. In 1989, the India Peacekeeping Force, that is called IPKF, pulled out of Sri Lanka without attaining its objects, but it tried its best. Then in 1989 it came out from there. There's a cartoon here. You have to study the picture. One side is tiger and next side is lion. So the first question is, the given cartoon is related to which country? So you must recognize it that this is Sri Lanka. What is the full form of LTTE? The full form of LTTE is Liberation Tigers of Tamil ELM. What was the main demand of LTTE, leading to the demand for secession by one of the regions? And question number 4 is, Rajapakse is trying to perform which political act? Rajapakse is trying to balance Sinhala hardliners and Tamil militants. This is clear here. He is trying to balancing. Sorry. Then till now, various conflicts have been occurred between this India and Pakistan. So, as we have one more topic here, conflicts and efforts for peace. The various conflicts between India and Pakistan have been explained below. All of us are aware about the Kashmir issue. Soon after the partition, the two countries were involved in a conflict over the fate of Kashmir. The Pakistani government claimed that Kashmir belonged to it. Right. This led to wars in 1947 and 48 and 1965. India won a decisive war against Pakistan in 1971, but the Kashmir question remained unsolved. In spite of winning the war, the issue was same. There is a conflict over strategic issues like the control of the Siachen glacier and over acquisition of arms. Both the countries have nuclear weapons and missiles to deliver arms against each other. In 1998, India conducted nuclear explosion in Pokhran. That was done under Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, our late Prime Minister, while Pakistan responded by carrying out nuclear tests in Changai Hills. The Indian government has blamed Pakistan for helping the Kashmir militants with arms, money, and protections to carry out terrorist strikes against India. It also believed Pakistan aided pro-Kashmir militants with arms and ammunition during 1985-1995. According to India, Pakistan's spy agency, that is ISI, is involved in various anti-India campaigns in India's northeast, operating secretly through Bangladesh and Nepal. Secretly, they are intervening in our affairs. There are differences over the sharing of river waters. However, Indus Water Treaty has solved this problem. The two countries are not in agreement over the demarcation line in Sri Sargri Creek in the run of Kutch. So many conflicts, right? You have seen right now, and you have to keep them in your mind. They are the main conflicts. So here again you have one picture here about Indo-Pak relations. Name the two leaders. Which two leaders sitting here? One you can recognize very well, Manmohan Singh, and the next one is Parvez Musharraf. Imagine any two problems they might be discussing. Problems, the main problems, how to solve Kashmir issue through mutual talks, how to control terrorism. These are the two main issues. In which sector can we improve trade? What changes can be made in visa formalities? Mention the outcome of the discussion. What was the outcome of their discussion? To arrange a security level meeting of both the nations, visiting of concerned ministers, and to take steps towards agreement between both countries. To conclude the problem by not referring to other nations. To strengthen socio culture and eco trade between the countries. Then we will discuss India-Bangladesh relations. The issues of tension, these are the negative aspects. First we will discuss negative aspects between India and Bangladesh. Sharing of river water of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Indian government is not happy with Bangladesh's refusal to act an unlawful immigration to India. Bangladesh support to anti-Indian Islamic fundamentalists group. Bangladesh refused to allow Indian troops to move through its territory to northeast region. Bangladesh refused to export natural gas to India and allow Myanmar to do so through its territory. And there are some positive aspects also between both the countries. From the last decade, economic relations have been strengthened. India's Look East policy does involve Bangladesh that links Southeast Asia via Myanmar. Look East policy. ठीक है? You have to understand it. Cooperation is noticeable on the grounds of disaster management and environmental issues. Area of cooperation is being broadened by identifying areas of common trade and by responding sensitivity to each other's needs. Then we come to India-Nepal relations. India and Nepal have very good relations that has very few parallels in the world as explained below. There is a treaty between the two countries that allows their citizens to travel to and work in the other country without visas and passport. You know very well that if you want to visit Nepal, we don't need any visa. A large number of Nepalis are in Indian army. Indian citizens are doing businesses in Nepal. Trade, ethnic cooperation, common natural resources, electricity generation, and interlocking water management grid have brought the two countries closer to each other. But in spite of this relationship, there are minor differences between the two countries. Everything is not positive. There are some differences also. The Indian government has often expressed displeasure at the warm relationship between Nepal and China and at the Nepal government inaction against anti-Indian elements. Maoist movement in Nepal is considered a growing threat to the security of India. Gives the rise of Naxalite group in various Indian states from Bihar in the north to Andhra Pradesh in the south. Citizens in Nepal think that the Indian government interference in the internal affairs has design on its river waters and hydroelectricity and prevents Nepal from getting easier access to the sea through Indian territory. This what is that is in their mind. That is the thing. There is a hope that the consolidation of democracy in Nepal will lead to improvements in the ties between the two countries. Now, what about India-Sri Lanka relations? The bone of contention between Sri Lanka and India have been ethnic conflicts in Sri Lanka. The Sinhalese majority has been following a policy of discrimination against the Tamils. I told you this before. The Sinhalese think that the country is theirs because they are in majority. So they are against the Tamil speaking people because they think that the Tamils are of Indian region. The government of India tried to negotiate with Sri Lankan government to protect the interests of the Tamils, as it finds difficult to remain neutral when Tamils are politically unhappy and are being killed. In 1987, India sent the Indian peacekeeping force, which was not liked by the Sri Lankans, and they treated this as an interference in the internal affairs. Ethnic conflicts is still going on, but India now prefers a policy of disengagement, vice versa Sri Lanka internal troubles. India has now signed a free trade agreement, FTA. This is called with Sri Lanka. India has helped Sri Lanka in post-tsunami reconstruction. Thus, the relation between the two countries have improved. Then comes India-Bhutan relations. There is no major conflict between the two countries. Bhutan has taken action, weed out the guerrillas and militants from northeastern India. India gives development aid to Bhutan, particularly in hydroelectric projects. India remains also biggest source of aid for this Himalayan kingdom. Everything is okay with Bhutan, Then Maldives. India-Maldives relations. Maldives remains warm and cordial. In November 1988, when some Tamil mercenaries from Sri Lanka attacked the Maldives, the Indian Air Force and Navy reacted quickly to the Maldives' request to help or stop the invasion. India has also contributed towards the island's economic development, tourism and fisheries. We are always helpful to Maldives, that is why we are in a cordial relations. Other conflicts of this region, Nepal and Bhutan, as well as Bangladesh and Myanmar have had disagreements in the past over the migration of ethnic Nepalis into Bhutan and the Rohingyas into Myanmar respectively. Bangladesh and Nepal. Now we are doing the conflicts in other countries, not with India. What are their relation? Now Bangladesh and Nepal have had some differences over the future of the Himalayan river waters. The major conflicts and differences, though, are between India and the others, partly because of the geography of the region, in which India is located centrally and is therefore the only country that borders the others. Here again we have a picture here, and just look carefully at the picture. All the 7 countries are there, Nepal, Maldives, Pak, India, Sri Lanka, Bhutan and Bangladesh, and all are going away. SAARC summit. You have to understand this. So first question is, what in the cartoon proves that India and Pakistan are important SAARC members? The center seating position of India and Pakistan at the SAARC summit proves that India and Pakistan are important SAARC members. Both are in the center place, you see. Why are members moving away? Why are they going away? Any conflict between India and Pakistan leads to ineffectiveness of SAARC. Meetings are cancelled if there is any tension between India and Pakistan. Give reasons of difference in the opinion of India and Pakistan leading to ineffectiveness of SAARC. Kashmir issue and cross-border terrorism has led to difference in the opinion of India and Pakistan leading to ineffectiveness of SAARC. Now, how are external powers influencing bilateral relations in South Asia? Just go through this one. Now, what are the learning outcomes? Now this, that togetherness of South Asian countries who are bound with each other geographically is also interlinked politically and economically. And now you can understand perfectly democratization in South Asia. Here are some practice questions. Which among the following statements about South Asia is wrong? Go through it. List 3 challenges to democracy in Nepal. Bangladesh was a part of Pakistan from which year to which year? Tell me the answer. Think about it. When did Nepal adopt a new constitution? That answer was given to you also. This is assignment for you to do. Look at the map and try to find out which country's border touch India. Make a list and write. Which country's borders touch India? Okay. Now write full forms of IPKF, LTTE, SPA, IST, MDP, thus the many more. This is an example for you to how you have to do your preparation for the board exams. You have to find out more short forms. Can we move into Nepal boundaries without any visas or passport? Of course, yes. Expected questions in exams. Mention 2 areas each of cooperation and disagreement between India and Bangladesh. You will find out. In spite of ongoing conflict, Sri Lanka has registered considerable economic growth and recorded high level of human development. Explain it. When did India suffer a military coup? Do you know? From class 9th you're doing this, 1999. Which 2 countries are key players in South Asian politics? Can you answer it? You can, I know. Now, last year board questions. Again, I want to tell you one thing, that you are not going to do all the questions blindly from the previous year book, because you have to be choosy. You have to find out which topics are there in your course this year, and you have to do your preparations accordingly. So, the most important 4 questions I've taken out. Describe any 2 major issues of conflicts between India and Pakistan leading the war of 1971. Explain any 2 points of conflicts between India and Bangladesh. Whose mediation resolved the Indian river water disputes between India and Pakistan? And what is the full form of SARC? Here's summary of the chapter. South Asia or Southern Asia is the southern region of Asia, which is defined in both geographical and ethnic cultural terms. The region consists of Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. You have to learn them by heart. All the 7 countries' name with South Asian countries. This chapter highlights the nature of conflict and cooperation among the different countries of South Asia. I hope you enjoyed this. Please watch this video to the full, complete, and like it and subscribe my channel if not done yet. Thank you so much and all the best.